1999, ICICI came up with an equivalent of $500 million equity issuance, very large issue at that size, and that was split between ADR and a local issue. Once we made the announcement, I happened to speak to a very leading foreign institutional investor who was a significant shareholder in us, and I was trying to block his time to do a one-on-one meeting in the context of our ADRs. His response to me was, yes, sure, you're most welcome to come and meet me, but why would I want to buy your ADR and pay a premium when your local markets are so efficient?
If we go back to the bad days, the basic problem in the capital market was that our capital market was growing, and therefore there were more and more number of transactions that had to be settled, and which meant that more and more number of share certificates and transfer deeds that were being brought in by the sellers into the market, and the buyers were taking delivery of this.
You have just to experience the physical transfer and settlement market to know what a difference it is today.
Capital market has been in existence in India for more than 120 years. And before NSDL was set up, the problem of bad deliveries, technically called bad deliveries, fake share certificates, forged certificates, certificates with which the transfer deed is there where the signatures differ, they used to be many. Every stock exchange used to have a bad delivery cell which used to work overnight to take care of these bad deliveries.
NSDL is almost like what a bank is to his money. You don't actually have to hold that money. This is actually a system for shares, where if you want to sell 1,000 shares of State Bank of India, then you have an account in which those 1,000 shares entry exists. You tell your participant that I want to debit my account and to be credited to somebody else's account. So you eliminate the need to handle shares like you have eliminated in the banking system the need to handle money.
If you look at the quantum of DMAT, I think we're 100%. I think US is still 50%. We're probably at par with Taiwan, Hong Kong, Korea. But when you look at the sort of the magnitude of number of accounts NSDL has, I think it's the largest in the world.
All communication of depository happens from the participant system in what we call a SWIFT convention-based messages, the ISO messages. On average, we handle about today 7 to 8 million messages a day. Okay, we also gone to a peak of 10 million, which is a very large number. Kind of work we do, there is one clean work that the people want to deliver the shares they sold at the time of settlement. So huge amount of instruction come to depository to debit the account of the seller, credit account of the buyer or a broker, and vice versa. We run the pains. Besides that, there is a work going on where people also open the accounts. There's a huge number of messages come for the new accounts opening.
The reason I'm personally proud is it touches every single investor in this country.
A depository ordinance was passed twice in this country and it lapsed. So when eventually the Depository Act got passed, there was a great deal of impatience that now let's do something.
On an average, it takes a country between 5 to 7 years to get a depository going. And therefore, there was a big question mark in the minds of people. Initially, people did have this problem that, look, I want to be in NSDL, I want to demat my shares, but who will buy them? I was in SEBI at that time. And we realized that this requires a multidisciplinary approach, and therefore we were able to persuade Finance Ministry to set up a technical group to look into this issue as to what all are the legislations that will need to be changed if depositories are to become a reality.
Our idea was to get operational. If you take a 6 months to when you build a system, people say, oh, somebody has passed the law, somebody is building a system, but it's not going to come about. That was one of the things we did. TCS being the developer was easily available in India, so we took that decision. That decision actually helped us, though all of us joined only in July-August time frame in 1996 to become operational as early as November 1996. So we actually moved towards making a what I could say that highly reliable system, highly available system, and went on plugging whatever we found were the possible causes which can probably try to maybe compromise reliability, availability, etc. We improved over a time. So today we are one of the few companies today in India who actually shifts the operation to what we call disaster recovery site.
Let's not bother about those who have unaccounted money and who want to circumvent law. Let's worry about those who want to go by law and who have legitimate holdings. Let's build a system for them. Very soon as the tide started turning in favor of the depository, we realized that if the guys with unaccounted money did not come into the depository, then they will become very easy targets. Because all the income tax guys would have to do is to go to a company and find out a list of people who have not dematted. And that would be the target audience for them.
I'm really amazed, that the depository started operating in November 96. And I think hardly about in 5 years, the entire paper has disappeared from circulation. In the sense that all transactions today are paperless. And SEBI could think of moving first to T+5 and then later to T+3 and T+2. I don't think that without NSDL it would have been possible.
If there's one thing that I see that NSDL has done, it's to bring together the market players in India, and it's to push the boundaries of international best standards, be it being involved with SEBI driving to Trade Plus 2, be it bringing in internet-based systems to simplify settlement between the various parties. They are always there, they're always pushing at the borders of what the possibility is.
We have always given importance to any improvements in service that add value to our shareholders. The issues of transaction costs, convenience, safety, and the cost of holding securities in physical form has been a matter of great concern to us in the late 80s and early 90s. Advent of NSDL has eased these concerns to a large extent.
Changing mindsets, is a very complex process. It needs organizational flexibility. It needs a lot of luck, tremendous amount of hard work, and reputation helps.